Hello, welcome to today's session, and this is AI Playbook, where we meet every week to talk about how you can be more efficient with artificial intelligence. And today we're pretty much going to be looking at how to stay ahead on the competitors using AI-powered customer insights. And I have a lot of steps for you to take today. I'm looking at how you can find ways to start making sense out of this experience. So pretty much, what is AI Playbook? AI Playbook is the weekly meetup where we more or less just talk about AI-related conversation, and pretty much the goal is to educate you on the practical application of AI, empowering you to understand and apply and even leverage AI-driven solutions to solve real-world problems effectively. So pretty much what I am trying to do is how to empower you to be more efficient at your execution every time they give you any task to do. So there's something I really want to explain to you, and that's more like the trend that has taken over since the year 1970. Now, pretty much in the year 1970 is where we had the evolution of what we call semiconductor. Now, semiconductor gave birth to computers in the year 1980s. Now, in the 80s, we were able to have computers, even though those devices were very big. They could take a big size as taking the size of a house. But along the way, computers also then birthed software. And software at some point also birthed the internet. Now, the internet in the year 2010 birthed what we know as cloud infrastructure. Now, in around that same 2010 was also when we had the mobile evolution. When we look at the trend these days, in the year 2020, we then have the evolution of artificial intelligence. Now, this doesn't mean that artificial intelligence started off in 2020. In fact, artificial intelligence started as way back as the 1950s. But the truth is, the reason why I brought this data to you is very simple. If you don't build on your knowledge layer, the potential for you to leverage on the next tech evolution will be very hard. Like I mentioned, it all started from semiconductor to computers, to software, to the internet, to the cloud, and also to mobile and AI right now. The bottom line is, what are you doing right now to at least have the requirement of the skill set to be able to take advantage in the next tech evolution? One thing that is sure about tech is that every 10 years there is this groundbreaking news that is likely to change the perception and how things are being run. So if you look at people who started their tech career in 2010, and 2010 was when we had the internet boom. As well, from the 2000 to 2010 was when we had that consistent development of applications. And when you look at companies who are able to leverage, and individuals who are able to leverage on those technology skills as at then, they are the people who are creating something that we know now. And they're the people who are really making sense of the artificial intelligence. I can remember in 2010 when I started my tech career as well, things were not making sense at that particular time. But going further and thinking backward, I could see some level of growth, and I just can't understand what I would do if I haven't gotten all of those skills before now. But one fantastic thing about tech is there's no latecomer in tech. At any point in time that we realize that there's need for you to make wave, all you just need to do is to get started. Now, the reason why we're having this conversation today is because I really want you to be ready for the future, like have the skills to be ready for the future, so that you won't be afraid of whether losing your job or not, because guess what? When the AI come, you'll be the boss, because you would have been a large step ahead of whatever is coming, and you're ready to adapt to the changes. Now, in order to join the community, right, there's a barcode before you. Also in the description of this video, the links will be there for you to be able to be part of this community. We have WhatsApp group, we have WhatsApp channel, we also have Discord channel, and I also have a feedback link that you can even use to ask me direct questions, and I'm able to answer you at any point in time. So pretty much, what are the agenda that we have to achieve today? We're going to be looking at automated data processing and analysis. We're going to be looking at enhanced customer segmentation. We're going to be looking at productive analysis. And for customer behavior, we're also going to be looking at personalizations and at scale. So we're going to be looking at all these things together. Now, talking about the first point, which is automated data processing and analysis, the question is, when you hear this term, what comes to your mind? In fact, before we move on, when it comes to artificial intelligence, just think of automation. When you hear the term artificial intelligence, what they're just saying about is automation. Like, how can we ensure that what Mustafa used to do before, can machine do it? And can machine do it in a very large scale? Can machine do it effectively? And learning about previous data. That's what we're talking about. So every time you hear artificial intelligence, you're likely to hear the term automation, because they more or less work hand in hand. And pretty much, yes, that's the world we find ourselves. So when we talk about automated data processing and analysis, what we're talking about is, the traditional data analysis method is often involve manual processing, which is not only time consuming, but also prone to error. So AI with advanced machine learning algorithm can automate these processes, enabling businesses to handle large data sets efficiently and accurately. This is what artificial intelligence brings to us. So to my data analyst professional out there, it's high time that you also need to upskill, because at the end of the day, by the time you start having artificial intelligence that analyzes this data in real time, so what are you analyzing? So it cuts across your ability to also find ways to figure out how you can fuse your ideas, your skills into this in an upgrade in such a way that you're ready for the future of job. Now, how can you apply, what are the ways that you can apply automated data processing? Some of the application. Pretty much the first on my list is qualitative data transcription and analysis. What does that mean? Now, platforms like Insight 8, right, automate the transcription of interviews and focus group discussion, converting them into structured and analyzable data. This allows businesses to quickly process and analyze large volume of qualitative data with minimal and manual efforts. Like, just with minimal efforts, businesses can interview people, because those data are not quantitative in nature. You can't really measure them. Businesses can measure those data in real time just because of the help of artificial intelligence. So take, for instance, when you see some of these survey forms go around, and in real time, machines can get these things done, by analyzing those data in real time. Another point here is customer relationship management system. So with this, the cool thing about this is that CRM is growing beyond what we know it to be right now. So with platforms such as Salesforce, you can automatically analyze customers' interactions and behaviors, providing reasonable or actionable insights. These tools can help sales team, identify high-value leads, predict customer needs, and personalize interaction. That's what was going to be seen into CRM in the next couple of months. Is already there. In fact, companies are already implementing these things, where you can analyze your business data in such a way that you're able to even understand the level of leads, the quality of leads which you have in your databases. Now, another point here is that you can also apply when it comes to the insights is the social media monitoring, right? Social media monitoring is very, very important, and platforms like YouTube help you to more or less analyze the social media data in real time, identifying trends, sentiment, and emerging issues that acquires immediate attention. These automations help businesses stay ahead of customers' expectation and manage online reputations more effectively. These are very, very important, because at the end of the day, once you understand how to manage your trends online and you're able to meet your customers' perceptions and expectations, then you're ready for the job. You're ready for the win. Moving on, we also have what we call market basket analysis. And remember, the goal here is to really show you ways where you can connect with this artificial intelligence. So I am not saying all these things so that you can just enjoy what I am saying. I am saying all these things so that you can take note take note and further research at the end of this conversation so that you can better give yourself a competitive advantage in wherever you find yourself. So when we talk about market basket analysis, what we are saying is the retailer can use AI to analyze transactions, data, and discover which products are frequently purchased together. Just think about it. You're on Amazon, you buy item 1. At the point of trying to check out, the platform is telling you, hey, look, other customer bought XYZ with this item. Are you willing to buy that item as well? You see, that's the help of recommendation, because you're more or less having those baskets of items together in order to better serve your customers well. Because in recent, some customers don't even know. Imagine somebody who wants to start a live recording. You go to buy a camera, and for some reason you forget to buy a video card to ensure that camera shows on your laptop. It is when you get home you realize that, if I plug this camera directly to my laptop, it may not show. But when you're on a platform and the platform is able to know that, maybe this person is about to start creating a video for themselves, can I recommend this card for them? And when they check it out, they see that it's something they would need. And boom, instead of the customer buying one item, the customer may end up buying multiple items on the platform. And that's what this basket analysis does. And it works anywhere. It works, this same processes works anywhere. In commerce, there's what they call composite demands, items that more or less complement each other. And pretty much you could find all of those things in every product you lay your hands on. Now, moving forward, we also have what we call enhanced customer segmentation. And, when it comes to this as well, AI can really help businesses to segment customer. And when I talk about segmentation, I'm not talking about whether gender, male or female, whether region, Africa or East Asian. No, I'm talking about like another dynamic way of segmentation, because effective customer segmentation is critical for delivering personalized marketing campaigns and improving customer experiences. When it comes to traditional segmentation method, often rely on basics demographic data, which may not really capture the complexity of the market or customer behavior. So AI in this point, help us to really segment customers and help us to analyze vast amounts of data, vast amounts of customers in such a way that it can really uncover hidden truth that will lead to more precise and dynamic segmentation. And that's what really AI comes to do here. So you find yourself in an organization where you deal with millions of customers. How do you further segment the customers? How do you segment the customers? Like, okay, these are October people. They do more things in October. These are January people. These are people who, no matter what happens, they won't shake their body. They won't bring money out of their pockets. But when you do this, how do you segment customer? And that's really where AI actually shine as well. And pretty much another area where AI and to also look at platforms who offer such tool. One of it is you could get all of these customer segmentations out there. What you just need to do sometimes is you can Google, just check how can I use AI to enhance customer segmentation and see the result that you have. Read a couple of things and be able to get a couple of results as well. Yeah, so another point is where you can use this a lot is what we call dynamic price modeling. Now, the cool thing about this is that it gives you a very huge flexibility to fluctuate prices based on either demand. You can analyze customers' data and create target pricing. And for example, just imagine the airline or the e-commerce or even the rideshare app, like Uber and Co. When there are huge traffic or when is the peak up time, what you realize is that the price will increase, So what they simply use is AI. You just use AI to really understand what is going on at that particular time. So instead of a human going to turn on the price and turn it off, machine does that pretty much well for them. And the platform that you can see, one of the platforms that we also have that does that a lot is Amazon as well. And you could just look up all those things and check them out to see how they can make sense in your business scenario. Another segmentation here that we can also look at is what we call dynamic customer profiling. The truth is that how can you profile your customer beyond just what we have? There are a lot of tools that help us to analyze that. And one of it is Insight 7. You can check it out because pretty much what it does is it helps businesses to create more precise customer segments as well. This approach helps businesses to segment their audiences. And at the end of the day, we have precise ability to uncover deeper patterns and trend in customer behavior. So pretty much these are things that you need to start looking at, how to profile your customers beyond the norm, beyond what we used to know as first name, last name, state of origin, and all of that. So moving on, we also have what we call customer life value prediction. Like, how can you tell the life value of a customer in a business? Like, how do you know that the highest money I can give to you is 2 million naira? That after I give you that 2 million naira, I'm not going to give you any other money. The earlier a business is able to do that, the better the business can come up with products that can help to further enhance that process and even make more money from people whose their lifespan may be, maybe small, or their life value may be small. So, you can look at how AI can, predict the lifetime or value of a customer by just analyzing past purchases behavior, engagement level, the demographic data. Tools like Adobe Analytics use this insight to help businesses focus their effort on high value customer, enhancing retention and profitability. So pretty much check this out. Check out the Adobe app out. It's called Adobe Analytics, and how you can more or less make sense with it. So pretty much moving forward, there's what we also call behavioral targeting. With the AI, you could do this as well. And that's why we have, with the advent of platforms like HubSpot, right? With HubSpot AI, you can use this to actually segment your customer based on behavior such as website interaction, email segments, email engagement, and purchases history. You can also allow the business to send target messages that are more likely to resonate with each of these scenarios. So just imagine all of those things at your fingertips. Yeah, so calling you again, just follow this channel, subscribe and follow this channel, and also check the link to also follow the community so that you can be notified every time we release a new tip. Ensure that you also click on the bell icon so that you can be always notified every time we release a new video for you. And aside that, we have some communities that you can join, so that you can receive these things on a timely basis. We have WhatsApp group, we have Discord channel, and again, you can ask me direct question. There's a feedback form that you can use to ask me question as well. Just check all the links in the video description so that we can get connected. Moving forward, we also have what we call predictive analytics for customer behavior. So when we talk about this predictive analytics for customer behavior, what we're just saying in essence is that you can actually predict and analyze every aspect of your business, because by analyzing this historic data, AI can predict future customer behavior and preferences, enabling businesses to anticipate and meet customers' need proactively. This predictive capability is crucial for improving customer satisfaction and driving loyalty. So think about it. If you really need to find a way to satisfy your customer very well, then subscribing to AI will be something that you really want to push further. And how can you apply, when it comes to all of these predictive analytics for customer behavior, how can you apply it to a business scenario? The first on my list is what we call customer churn. Now, this is very important because in fact, in Africa today, I've not really, or let me just bring it down. In Nigeria, for instance, I've not really seen businesses focusing on what it means to retain, or which customer is leaving the business, like which customer is likely to leave the business. What I see a lot is businesses pay attention more to acquiring new customers, but what is being really done to retain the ones that we had? That's the question to be asked. And that's where customer churn comes to play. And the cool thing is that AI does a lot of work when it comes to this, because AI can help customers to know why, allowing customer to really predict why and when and what should be done in order to help retain such customer. And part of why I am so passionate about this whole this AI workshop and AI playbook is simple. The goal is to provide you information that you need. Another step that we also have as a follow-up is to also provide you the practical application. So to back up this, we are hosting AI Workshop Lagos 2024. It's not something you want to miss, right? The AI Workshop is meant to really help you build your first model. Now, when other people are focusing on just using ChatGPT, using Gemini to get their problem solved, the advantage you're going to have is way beyond that, because you're actually going to be diving into how the machine really does all of those things that people get to realize behind the scene. So the workshop is coming up from the 21st to 23rd of November 2024, and pretty much is happening at the Zone Lagos Bagadas. The bottom line is, if you can't make it physically, is fine, because you know what, we're also actually providing this process even to people who are going to be joining virtually. All you need to do is to go to ai.instincthub.com so that you can be part of this conversation, so that we can do all of these things together. So see you, it's just in a week time, and I'll see you there at the Zone to more or less learn the practical aspect of the AI together. Now, moving forward about the practical, or how you can apply predictive analysis. Another point here is what I call behavioral trend forecasting. With this, you can actually forecast based on your customer's behavior. By analyzing historical quality data, you have the ability to predict and to know customers' behavior. Businesses can use these predictions to anticipate customers' need, enabling proactive and adjustments to produce the services and enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty. A platform that you can use to do this is one of the platforms I mentioned before, Insight 7, can be used to carry out this process. Now, moving on, there's also what we call product recommendation engine. I have mentioned something similar before, but there are a couple of platforms that are doing these things very perfectly. One of them is Netflix, right? Before you finish watching a movie, Netflix is ready to recommend another one for you, because guess what? The platform has gone through, the algorithm has gone through lots of billions of data to really understand your taste, and is able to also recommend something that you will like again. The reason why sometimes when you make that decision to say, hey, look, I'm going to be watching just one video, but at the end of the day, you may watch 2 or 3. That's the recommendation engine at play. So pretty much all these things are very, very close to us. We just need to know that we can't just be watching, we can't just be looking at it. We also need to understand and be able to apply it in our own business case as well. Another point here is customer sentiment prediction. How do you tell what is in your mind of your customer and what is not? What are they telling you? What are they not telling you? AI still shine when it comes to this as well. For instance, platforms like IBM, Watson, and Google Cloud AI, can analyze customer interaction across multiple channels to predict sentiment trends. Businesses can use this insight to redefine their customer service strategies and address potential issues before they escalate. The bottom line is, when it comes to customer sentiment prediction, before your customer change it for you, what have you done? Before your customer change it for you, what are you doing? AI can actually help you to be proactive when it comes to understanding your customer sentiment. Moving on, we also have number 4, which is the sentiment itself. So we have sentiment analysis for customer feedback. How do you do all of this? When we talk about this very sentiment, what we're talking about is simple. Understanding customer sentiment is a very vital aspect of business, looking to improve their products, services, and overall customer experience. However, with vast amount of feedback on a regular basis across various channels, The manual process won't cut it. The manual process won't do it. So, and oftentimes it can be very overwhelming. But guess what? With AI-powered sentiment evaluation, right, you can get these things to happen just within some few clicks or within some few parameters, and you'll be good. And that's really what I am talking about right here. So moving the conversation forward, or the platforms that you can learn some of these things from, we'll talk about them as well. Now, talking about real-time customer support. Real-time customer support is a trend right now, right? So chatbots are actually playing a very huge role. And when we look at platforms like Zendesk and Zendesk Answer Chatbot, which can analyze sentiment behind customers' queries and route them to appropriate support channels. This ensures that customer receives timely and empathetic response, improving satisfaction. That is what some of these things do. So instead of you listening to what your customers are saying again and again and again, you can have AI do this analysis for you. Or maybe you're having an event and you want to place some people in the call center to speak to people on your behalf. Sometimes when you request for feedback from some of these people, the feedback may not be very concrete. But when you use AI to analyze that, you can get the feedback in real time and being able to take actions in real time, whether your representative are speaking positively, or they are the one not doing things right, or there are a couple of informations that need to be provided. You can more or less see some of these things and try out multiple things and get a very huge responses in whatever you're doing. Now, pushing things forward, we have what we call social media sentiment analysis. When it comes to social media, there are a lot of things there, because at the end of the day, sometimes you can either get into trouble, some people may drag you and all of that. But before they drag your company, can you know about that? Are you likely to know when your company is about to be dragged, so that you can take proactive step in order for that not to happen? So pretty much there are platforms who allow us to do that. Sprout Social, and some other tools can analyze social media mentions and comments in real time, detecting shifts of customer sentiment, and these allow businesses to respond quickly to negative feedback or capitalize on positive trends. So you could either quench negative feedback quicker enough by your proactive step, or find a way as well to more or less leverage on positive trend. Okay, so that's what we call voice of the customer program. That's VOC, voice of the customer program. So AI can enhance VOC programs by, analyzing customer feedback from surveys, reviews, call centers, transcripts. For instance, when you use platforms like AI to identify key drivers of customer satisfaction and areas for improvement, helping businesses make better driven decisions. These are things that you can actually try out. Okay, so one platform you can do that automatically is a platform called Medallia. Medallia offers such services. You can check them out and see how you can explore them to do all of this. So we're back at this again. Please, you need to like and subscribe to this channel, and also follow all the links attached to this channel. I have a link for feedback, which you can provide me feedback so that I can help you to either improve or whatever thing you want me to provide you answers to. Of course, just either leave a comment or go to that very link and drop your message there. Now, one thing to also understand, which is the final point here, is personalization at scale. One thing people like to enjoy right now when it comes to product and services is personalization. People want to feel like you created that product for them. Now, businesses who are able to really clinch to that, they have a better chance of scaling, because at the end of the day, how many times have we tried to install, maybe update our operating system, and we get to see some features on our applications and we feel like, yes, I've been waiting for this feature for a very long time. This is what some of these things brings. When you're able to really analyze and understand with AI on how your customers behave, you can more or less release products that your customer have been waiting for a long time. So now, what are the applications when it comes to understanding the personalize at a scale? The first thing you need to understand is personalized marketing campaigns. You can apply that through personalized marketing campaign. And how does this work? When you have platforms like Marketo by Adobe, a campaign to campaign, you can analyze customer data and create personalized marketing campaigns. These tools allow businesses to send targets, emails, ads, and offer services based on individuals' preferences and behavior, leading to high segment or engagement rates at the point of sales. Pretty much all of these things have a very huge role to play. Another aspect where you can apply this personalization is through websites, right? People want to visit website and feel like the website was created for them. The bottom line is, as a web developer, if you can add this stack to yourself, this is going to really help a lot, because what it means is, instead of you just building a generic website, you're actually building a website that can speak to everybody that comes in contact with that website. Now, that is going to make so many things to happen. Engagement rate is going to be increased. Conversion rate is going to be increased. Search engine optimization is going to be increased. And guess what? Rather than charging lesser amount, you could actually upscale your fee in order to deliver such a product. A platform that can help you do this is called Optimizely. Optimizely can help you more or less do something like this. Another way you can achieve personalization is through what we called omnichannel personalization. Now, with omnichannel personalization, you're likely to have things like just monitoring all your social media. In fact, when you hear the term omni, it's something like everywhere. You could look at and understand what is happening everywhere. So AI can unify customer data across multiple channels such as email, social media, and in-store interaction to deliver consistent and personalized experience. Tools like Salesforce as well. Salesforce Cloud can help businesses create seamless experience that follows customers across all their preferred channels. Just follow your customers everywhere they go. And pretty much these processes can be repeated as often as is required. Now, another way you can apply this is what we call the personalized experience engine. With this, pretty much you could find a way to ensure that you have a process that is able to deliver high experiences by analyzing customer feedback and interactions. This insight gained from all of these things can be analyzed in crafting personalized messages, product recommendation, and customer journey that resonates with individuals' preferences. Because when you look at it, businesses, need to really connect with their customers, and platform who can also help you to do this. One of them is called Zonka, so you can check that out. Zonka can help you more or less achieve some of these things. Now, let us do some quick recap. I said that you need to learn to automate processes. You need to learn to automate data processing when it comes to running a business, enhance customer segmentation. You need to predict and analyze customer behavior. You need to personalize at scale. Whether you like it or not, those things need to really happen at scale. So, I'm also inviting you to the AI workshop coming up. Just visit ai.instincthub.com. All of the things I've been saying are theoretical. This workshop is where we're actually going to do the work, like do the practicality and actually build a model. And at this point, question and answer time. If you have any question, just leave a comment in this video, and of course I will deem it fit to respond to you at any point in time. So just taking things further, right? The future of customer insight lies in AI, to be honest with you, and businesses that harness this potential will be well positioned to strive in the competitive landscape at every given time. Now, let me talk to you about my sneak peek for the week. So pretty much, I'm going to be at the zone this week. So anyone who is around there can always come and we can meet in person. So I'll be at the zone, and I'll be speaking to some folks about artificial intelligence and how they can automate their processes. I want to also let you know that it is important that you join this community, because we want to see you there. And also, I would like to mention that the workshop, instead of Thursday, this coming week will be a Wednesday, because I also have some AI engagements from Thursday to Saturday. That's when we're going to be having the AI workshop. So you can also join us in person or virtual. All you need to do is to visit ai.instincthub.com so that we can connect together, learn together, and build model together. Like never before, you will learn how some of these things work. Beyond just chatting with the chatbot, you'll learn the computer language to be able to build a model that can fly. And that's how we wrap it up on this one. If you like this session, please like, comment, share, invite any of your colleagues into this conversation, and let's keep pushing it further. Thank you for all my crew. Thank you to all my crew. Thank you to all the viewers, and I look forward to seeing you in the next edition next week. Bye.